trend that's ongoing right now and into next year is really focusing on metrics around the employee experience. Things like employee satisfaction, retention, and burnout rate are things that are highly focused right now, and people are using new technology to discover these kinds of metrics and improve upon them on a regular basis. On the flip side of that trend, there's a huge concern about productivity paranoia, the idea from Microsoft that people are focusing too much on the metrics and not enough on the things that are actually driving value. So it turns out that having more information isn't always better. In the 1990s and early 2000s, there was a medical procedure called the Swan-Ganz catheterization. What you did was insert a catheter into the heart so you get the most accurate, most up-to-date information on all the vital signs on people who are in the hospital. 20 years later, it turns out that actually wasn't valuable information. Patient outcomes didn't improve, so we were doing a risky medical procedure for basically worse patient outcomes. The same thing is true when you think about employee experience metrics. It's really easy to say I can do things like click rate and how fast people think are doing things, how efficient they are, and say that this is a really productive way to look at the conversation. And it's also easy to see how a lot of those metrics don't necessarily improve your day-to-day outcomes, that the productivity gains we're trying to get by monitoring every minute detail is not worth the oversight that comes with that and the intense fear and paranoia that comes around looking at productivity from this perspective. We talked about productivity paranoia and all the things you want to avoid. So how is Valorem Reply going to help you fix that? Our key is coming in and building the structure. So that means any company who does Microsoft partnership work can come in and do things like, I'm going to turn on Viva, I'm going to help you with this Microsoft suite. What Valorem Reply uniquely is doing is coming in and helping you build out the structure. So we're helping you do governance, we're helping you do the organization, helping you with strategy, and ultimately building a machine that's going to help with people, process, and technology. The machine is important because you want this to last a long time. You can discover insights today and look ahead for the next 1 to 3, 6 months, but you're going to ultimately come back and want more insights and more improvements, which means that you don't want to come back to a consulting firm every 6 months unless you have a really unique strategic decision to make or something that's complicated. You want to be able to have a structure, a process, an engine in place that's going to drive that for the foreseeable future. And that's what Valorem Reply brings to the table, is that expertise and strategy around building the engine so that you can do this on your own for the rest of the time.